Welcome back to Enchanted Forest with Caran Luminance pencils. I think I will color this particular page solely with Luminance pencils. I have been doing a lot more coloring, as you can see over here. These trees I have been working on, and I've done a lot at night, coloring in bed, listening to music and then coloring in bed. I took my daylight lamp to my bedroom, so I have that helps. The light is better with the daylight lamp. And right now I'm going to add a little more color here, and this is called raw sienna. It is a yellowish brownish tone. And today we are having a quiet day here. It is Sunday and it is Easter, you know. The Easter bunny, Easter eggs, stuff like that. Many people go to church. We went too. There was a lady singing in church this morning. She is one of the soloists, sopranos, with André Rieu. I'm sure you've heard of that Dutch guy with his orchestra and his waltzes, and this lady who came singing in the church this morning. She used to be a little girl in the choir that I was conducting. And it is such a joy to see her succeed in her singing career, and she's traveling all over the world. She said her next tour with André Rieu will be to the United States. Her name is Anna. So she was singing this morning. Beautiful, just beautiful. And now we are having a quiet day. So there's time for some coloring. Yeah, Easter is here in the Netherlands, and I think also the rest of Europe. It is a strange mixture of old Germanic traditions, you know. In Europe there used to live groups of people, tribes, that had all sorts of rituals, mainly connected to nature, and the names of the days in the week stem from this old culture. Here's another beautiful color, sanguine russet. So the Germanic people, I read somewhere that in English you call them Teutons. I've never heard of that, but these Germanic tribes had traditions of putting lights in trees, like many of us do with Christmas, and Easter bunnies, and celebrating the seasons, really. And then these traditions got mixed up with the Christian tradition. Let's give these leaves here in the background a little bit more darkness. This is dark English green. Oh, we have a little bit of sunshine. It is a pretty cloudy day today and cold, very cold. Today it is colder than with Christmas. That happens sometimes here in the Netherlands. You would think that Christmas, that is in winter time, and Easter, that is in springtime. You would suppose that Easter is a higher temperature, but sometimes it is not. And this year it is cold. They forecasted temperatures below 0 at night. Now that is not uncommon, early April, but, well, it's not early April, it's mid-April. But I have to say I'm really looking forward to higher temperatures. And when it comes to coloring, that's interesting. I love sunshine. But when I am coloring and recording these videos, a small blanket of clouds, a thin blanket of clouds, actually gives the best light conditions for coloring. So I decided to introduce a little bit of purple to this. I have to think about how this is called. I know what it is called, but it's the word is on the tip of my tongue. That is what we say in Dutch. That you know the word, but you don't know, you can't remember, but you know it, and it's on the tip of my tongue. It's a compass. Here, this is Prussian blue. Now the strange thing is, in Dutch it is compass too. The Dutch word for compass is kompas. But you know, sometimes the words don't come as quickly as I wish. I think I have to sharpen this pencil. So, I gave it a sharp, oh, it's a bit, so. It is so sharp, and this pencil is quite soft, so this, the tip broke off. So yes, with Easter we have this mixed tradition here in Western Europe, and I think also in North America and many places on earth, where Christianity and pagan traditions go hand in hand with many people. Not everybody celebrates it like that, These Caran Luminance pencils, I'm still learning how to use them, and I think once I finished this drawing I will be able to write a good review. I'm planning on doing that, but I really want to get to know them before I do that. I've seen people doing a review in a couple of minutes. Phthalo Cyanine Blue. Now I will mention this in my review for sure. Then I like reading the name of a pencil, of a color, but the way Luminance pencils have it, it is really hard to read. I really would want to read it like this, like horizontally. Well, it's just a detail, but I see reviews of people opening a box of pencils and then start coloring, and then in half an hour they are done and they say, well, this is my review. I don't want to make reviews like that. I really want to make an experienced review. So that means that I will have to use them on other paper types as well, not only in this Enchanted Forest book. Here we have genuine cobalt blue. It's quite a light color. Look. I'm just using a light touch. This all goes so easy. It really feels like I'm mixing on the paper, although I'm not sure if that is really happening, but it feels like the pigments are really mixing up. Oh, this is the same color. That is, I just picked the wrong one. I wanted this one, light blue. It is slightly cooler than the cobalt blue. The cobalt blue has a warmer tone and mixes great with purple colors as well. Here in the Netherlands, many people also celebrate Easter with a Easter breakfast. Now, to be honest, my husband and I don't do that. Not that we don't like it, but it's just not... oh. But many people do. And many people also have a Christmas breakfast at Christmas. We don't do that either. But we do celebrate these festive days with family. My parents have a large garden, and every year we have the tradition of an Easter egg race. And when my brothers and sisters didn't have any children, that was no problem. We, the adults, just did an Easter egg race every year, and now there are nieces and nephews, so now the little kids join us, and that makes it extra joyful. But actually it was quite fun to have an Easter egg run with adults. This is middle cobalt blue. This is more the tone that I feel is the real cobalt blue, but this pencil said this is the cobalt blue U. So this is not, this pencil I think doesn't have the cobalt pigment, but something else. Let's take a look at the trees. This is a dark sap green. It is the darkest green available in the Luminance series. And it is already here, but I want to intensify the darkness a little bit more. I'm going to put in a darker brown to this tree. This is called Castle Earth. And I'm doing the same as I did with these trees, but I think this particular tree is a different type of tree, so it needs different colors. I think these leaves can use a little more darkness, so let's use this one again, dark sap green, just to build contrast. This one is olive brown. I have a similar color in the both in the Bruinzeel series and in the Polychromal series, and in both series it is called olive green, I believe. And this is the first series, the Luminance, in which I see this color being called olive brown. Well, it is somewhere in between green and brown, so. But it's quite an interesting choice that Luminance chose this name. So I would have to really compare the pencils to see whether there is a great difference between the three. Let's just test it. This is the testing page in Magical Jungle. This is Luminance olive brown. And I can already tell you that this is actually much more brown than the other colors. Then this is Bruinzeel olive green. Bruinzeel. Then I have two colors in the Polychromal series that say olive. This one is olive green yellowish, I think this one is somewhere in between the olive brown. This is olive green yellowish by Faber-Castell Polychromos. And I have another one, permanent green olive. A lot more green in this one. Permanent green olive, Faber-Castell Polychromos. And I also found an olive green in the Prismacolor series. Olive green Prismacolor. So as you can see, the Luminance pencil is actually, it is brownish. There is green in it, but it is actually brownish. So this is the most brown one. And then here is the more green stuff. So let's take a step back and see how this is going. This is going very nice. It will take me hours and hours of happy coloring to finish this one, but this is a little update, and well, let's do a little bit more work on that beautiful fox over there. I have used a lot of oranges and reds and brownish tones for that fox, but I want to check. And this beautiful book, Encyclopedia of Animals, it was a present from one of the viewers. Thank you so much. I love this book. So let's see if there's a red fox in this book. These are 2 pages full of foxes, and there are actually 2 red foxes. There is a North American red fox here, and there is a European red fox, and I'm going to color the European fox. So the colors this artist used are reds and yellows and oranges and browns, very dark tones also. I think this might be even black. This color is called Perylene Brown, but it looks like a dark red. I'm going to use that here. Actually, I think I need a more brown tone, a cooler tone for this area, because I want to make this look here like a shadow, like his body is in the shadow. So let's use the King of Shadows Payne's Gray, one of the best colors for shading, I think. I'm using a light touch so I can add more tones and more colors to it. Let's try this color. This one is called Burnt Ochre 50%, And it is a color that I don't think I have a color that looks like it. It is very strange color. Let's see what it can do. I think actually that for this fox I need a more yellowish tone, but this tone, this ochre, burnt ochre, 50% will do great in portraits, I think. How about this one, yellow ochre? I think this one will work better for the fox. These Luminance pencils have a couple of colors that I think would do great in portraits, but I've never done a portrait in colored pencil, so maybe I need to try that sometime. I had a comment on one of the videos someone asking if I was sure that I wasn't related to Vincent van Gogh because of my backgrounds, the way I color backgrounds. Well, I'm quite sure I'm not related to Vincent van Gogh, and but I might be related to the famous Pieter Bruegel. There are two Pieter Bruegels, painters from Belgium. My maiden name is Van Breugel, and I once heard an uncle say that all people with the last name Van Breugel or Breugel are somehow related to each other, but you know, I did some searching. I searched but you know, these two painters, Pieter Bruegel, I believe they lived in somewhere in the 1500s. I'm guessing now, and I couldn't trace my ancestry back to the 1500s. I got stuck somewhere. I have to check it. I think I got stuck somewhere in the late 1600s. So I really don't know if there is a family relation. This color is called Cornelian, beautiful warm orange tone. Oh, I thought I just paused, but I didn't. So you see me messing around with the video. Well, this is the end result so far. It's going to take a lot more time to finish it, but well, it looks nice, I think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will give you another update on this drawing. I won't record every single thing that I do with this drawing. That would take too much time. And soon I will have to start recording the videos for the watercolor along instruction project. So that will take a lot of time as well. So I need to schedule my coloring a little bit. If you want to join me in the color along project for colored pencil, you are very, very welcome. And at the end of this video you will see some more information about that project. It is already up and running, and you can jump on the train if you like. So I wish you happy coloring. Bye bye.